With a career spanning some 50 plus years, the Mighty Sparrow has a history many artists would envy. He started young. At 20, he had a hit on his hands, a song many would label classic Kaiso at its best, Jean and Dine. He recorded the classic at Aubrey Bolo Christopher's recording studio. Sparrow says Bolo presented him with a golden opportunity, and he took it. It doesn't matter if he's in a concert hall or in an interview room. Slinger Francisco is a performer of the highest order.
Ruby, where the baby disappear, cannot be found nowhere. Ruby, where the baby disappear.
A true story about the woman he knew casually. When others would talk, he would write, and sometimes what he wrote became hits. Such was the case with Russian Satellite.
Two Sputnik in disguise had everybody hypnotized. But I am very sorry for the poor little puppy in the Russian Satellite. So they're trying their best, but they're making a mess with the Russian Satellite. You should be all sent to prison for the dog that they poisoned in the Russian Satellite. Two Sputnik in disguise had everybody hypnotized. But I am very sorry for the poor little puppy in the Russian Satellite. You see, there's something about me that just came out. You know, the baby, it got to me.
At the time, everyone was hailing the technological achievements of sending a living thing into space in the rocket. But Sparrow was touched by the seeming cruelty in sending the dog to her certain death. He was among the first to address the issue. It took 45 years for Russian authorities to admit the dog died several hours after takeoff from overheating and stress, and not the 4 days they'd initially stated. A holder of a doctorate, by the way of an honorary PhD from the University of the West Indies, Sparrow says a university education isn't necessary for one to be able to write songs people relate to. And, as any true fan knows, he's harshly critical of the old colonial-based education system locals were subjected to.
And some of the things that some people would be talking about, I put pen and paper to it. The kind of education that we give the children and that kind of thing, you know, Dan is the man in the van, can a pig dance a jig or a fig? And I thought that was foolishness. And I challenged them. If my head was bright, I would be a damn fool.
Mr. Rake and Scrape is older now, but he has no plans to slow down.
Nobody didn't leave no space for me. You have to make your own space. You got to get out there and do the best you can. And hope that you impress people and they continue to call you and, you know, you can entertain them and that type of thing.
In terms of succession planning, the Mighty Sparrow admires many of the young artists. Of course, Fayan Lyons Alvarez comes in for special mention because of her phenomenal Carnival 2K9. He also admires the works of Destra and Bunji Garlin, but it's one artist in particular he holds special regard for.
Marshall, I haven't heard anything by anybody else fighting up with Marshall. He's still the baddest. When me and he get on stage, you would think that he's two young boys. But I know he does outdo me sometime, you know, but I won't catch him one of these days.
Many would agree there's no replacing the king. Soini Gray, C News.